let's just reflect on why it's important for procurement to maintain dialogue with the market throughout the tender process. Good morning. Hi, Ted. Could you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about you and what you do?
Right, okay. My name's Ted Croft. My actual Christian name is Ian Edward Croft, but I've been known as Ted for 30 years now. Right, well, starting at the very beginning, we obviously get tender documents come in, and the first thing our estimators have to do is check those documents to make sure that what we're being asked to price is actually compliant, will do the job, and all the other various bits and pieces. And we normally find at that point in time, the doors to the main contractors are open. They want to suck as much information out of us as they possibly can. There's never ever a package that's perfect, ever. And it amazes me how the same fundamental mistakes are made time and time again. However, so we get the documents, we check everything, we look at the bills of quants, we then go out to our supply chain, and we might have 20 different people to go to, whether it be for timber stakes or chain link or safety barrier or hoarding material or post and rail. The amount of fencing that can be installed on a road job is immense, or a railway job, whatever. So whereas you guys come to us, we might have 20 people that we've got to go out to, and obviously the clock starts ticking, because as all these things, you only get 2 or maybe 3 weeks time to get the price back. So we do all this hard work, and we badger our suppliers to give us the prices. We're in a bit of a situation at the moment where prices have been going up on a daily basis, which is pretty scary stuff. But we then submit the prices to you guys with all our tender clarifications, highlighting whether the prices will only hold for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever, send it off. I can honestly say 8 out of 10, once they've got what they want from you, the door's closed, and you can email them 20 times, phone them 20 times, and you get 0. You know, and what I do is I will, on the ones that do answer the phone or respond, it might be tender time's gone back another month, and I'll say to them, when would be a good time to call you? You tell me, and that's when I will call them, so that I'm not pestering them every bloody week.
I've just jotted down 3 challenges. So time, by the sounds of it, there's probably not enough time given to you or appreciation given to you, the supplier, about the further engagement at tier 2, 3, 4. Some of the packages I've come to you to in the past have maybe been tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Certainly on some of the large infrastructure projects, they're millions. And so an appreciation and awareness of the tender period that we're giving you, and making sure that there's enough time there. The second was price and volatility stability, or price stability and volatility in such turbulent times. Can I ask, is there an expectation for you to return predominantly fixed price lump sums for the work that you're tendering, or do you find that contractors are open to having fluctuation and inflationary clauses in the contracts that they're giving you as a fencer?
The problem is that there are companies that want fixed price.
Yeah.
And what we normally find is, up until 18 months ago, we could do that for a year.
Yeah.
Anything after a year, you've got to go back out to the marketplace, because things just change too quickly. As of the last 18 months, not a hope in hell.
Yeah.
I can confirm to you that we have had projects where we've priced the job on the Monday and we've said to them the validity is until 5 o'clock Tuesday, and if we don't have an order, we then have to reprice it.
So, okay, so I'm just going to pull at this thread for a second. Is it that the infrastructure or the procurement process that we have is no longer fit for purpose? That given the volatility that exists in the market today, isn't going to abate anytime soon, that we need to maybe reconsider and rethink how we engage the market, and maybe competition is defunct and collaboration is the new way forward. So I'm kind of reflecting on, do we do ECI, early contractor involvement, more? Do we collaborate more rather than doing this, you know, almost habit of competitive tension because we feel that we have to drive at cost rather than, you know, value in the relationships that we hold?
My personal opinion is that ECIs are the best way to go. We see packages and it's like, oh my God, who has done this? Now, the scary thing is, and we find this on parapets, what designers now do is you'll have 4 levels of containment on a parapet. 9 times out of 10, level 2, which is minimal, is good enough because there's no obstructions the other side of the parapet, i.e. environmental barrier or light columns or whatever. And yet, because they don't know, they put in the bill of quants high containment. And the price level can be 300% more. It's massive.
Yeah.
So straight away, we're wrong out the starting blocks.
Yeah.
Because you've got 20 bridges on a massive scheme that might be showing £20 million to do the bridges and all the parapets, and yet the parapet price might only be £1 million.
Yeah.
And it's as bad as
obvious.
that.
Yeah, as obvious as that.
It is.
Yeah.
And we have exactly the same thing on the road restraint systems. You know, the designers don't know.
Yeah.
Or they're not sure what you can or can't get away with. So they play safe and they over-design it, but over-design costs an absolute fortune.
Just remind ourselves, the challenge is we're not seeing enough engagement and enough dialogue through the tender process. So what are the 3 things that you would ask me and my community of procurement professionals to do better?
I think the first thing you've got to do is go back to the client, because let's face it, he's the driver in all of this, and say that there should be a minimum time frame for pricing.
Yeah.
Because it's all very well saying, I want it back in 3 weeks, and if you want the job, you've got to do it. But he's not going to get a proper price. He's not going to get a robust price. He's not giving anyone the opportunity to give him the best deal possible.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. To me, the second thing is the doors have got to remain open.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we all have to talk to each other every single day, because that's ludicrous. No one's got the time to do that.
Yeah.
But the people that expect us to jump through all of these hoops at tender stage, they should be told that they must respond.
Yeah. Excellent.
Third thing, I somehow we need to be allowed to help the client.
Yeah.
By engaging with you guys.